We'll go ahead and get this show started. First, I want to say thank you to everybody who came out tonight. I know the COVID has us all on edge, but like I said, we still appreciate you guys who made the effort, and we understand the ones that couldn't come out today. So we're going to start off. You guys want to come on, get a little closer. I know you want to stay 6 feet if possible, but just get close to where you can hear us. And we're going to probably start off with Kevin Hale. On a quick, I'm not going to say short but sweet. Coach can be long-winded. Nothing short about you, huh?
I don't know if you can get close to that speaker without it going crazy.
Okay. Hand over your phone.
Everybody doing all right? How about giving the reason we're here tonight a big round of applause real quick? For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kevin Hale. I never had the honor to coach RJ, but when Karen asked me to talk, those of you who don't know me, I'm a teacher, so I have to take every opportunity wherever I'm at to teach. So RJ, I hope these words bless you as much as you bless me, okay? RJ, these are things you don't know about Idaho, okay? All right, Idaho. Okay, here we go, RJ. Idaho supplies the majority of our nation's trout, so I hope you really like fish, okay? Idaho became our 43rd state in 1890. Idaho has 72 precious gems in its soil. And in 2021, they're going to get their 73rd gem, and his name is R.J. Walker. Now, I could talk to you all night about R.J.'s basketball, and I could talk to you all night about his assist-to-turnover ratio, his steals within the last 2 minutes of a half. I could talk to you about his three-point percentage, but I'm going to talk to you about what kind of man he is. I'm going to try not to choke up, but I probably will, so I hope you all forgive me. There was a time in my life where I was a dead man walking. Doctors told me I didn't have very long to live, but I still toughed it out, and I taught every day at school. Every morning, RJ would come and visit me. He'd poke his head in and say hello. We'd sit down and talk about the best basketball players. We talked about life. We even talked about some women, didn't we, RJ? Didn't we? Didn't we? Didn't we? We kept it Christian now. Come on now, y'all. Okay, we kept it Christian. But there were days I could barely walk to school. I'd have to hold my hand on the locker just to walk down the hallway, and then I'd teach class. But every day RJ would come in and sit down and say, "How you doing, Coach?" And a friendship was born from that. I learned a lot about life, and he learned a lot about life, and we made each other's lives a little better. Now, his impact on me was a lot greater than I'm sure my impact was on his. But I wanted him to know that wherever he goes, particularly in Idaho, they're getting something precious. They're getting the best we got. RJ touched a man's life. He made me, there were times I had to put my head down on my desk just to get through the day. And then when he poked his head in, I had to get up and talk to him because I didn't want him to see me down. And I want RJ to know that when he walks into the locker room in Idaho, there are going to be other scholarship players there. RJ, go talk to the walk-ons. Become a friend with the walk-ons because they're there because they don't get anything. They're there to make you better. So talk to them, befriend them. Find somebody that's on dialysis like you found me and make them smile and make them laugh. They're going to tell you can't talk to them because of COVID, but you tell them, look, tell the SID director there at Idaho, I need an iPad so I can talk to somebody because they're going to love you in Idaho. At the University of Idaho, they don't know what they're getting. They're getting something so precious and so neat. You're a far better man than you are a basketball player. And that's a compliment not only to your parents, but to you. Because you look at everything in the room. You don't just look at yourself. I'm so proud to call you friend. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you an Idaho Vandal, but more importantly, I give you the best of Decatur. Put your hands together for R.J. Watt. Now, I hope I don't offend anybody in the room, but R.J. and I have a battle cry to each other in the hallway. I didn't know what it meant, and R.J. had to explain it to me. And I'm glad he did, because now I know what it means. And if I offend anybody, I hope I don't. But R.J., on my mama, R.J., on me, on everything I hold holy. If you ever need me and your parents can't get to you, you call me, and I'm gonna be like a Brahma bull coming out of the chute to come rescue you. You hear me? On my mama.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. It's good to come out here and celebrate something during this pandemic. You know, with all the sports that's being canceled, we're celebrating something sports-wise. Now, I'm not gonna be like Coach Hill. I'm gonna talk a little basketball with RJ. I first saw him play, I think he was in the 4th grade. We always, as coaches, like to go see who we got coming in. So me and Coach Green came up here, they had a game going on, and we was watching. And Coach Green was like, "What do you see?" I said, "I can't wait to get that kid." They're like, "Yeah, he is dominating the game." I said, "It ain't just that. He dominating the game in every aspect. He going back like he been there before. He getting the oohs and the ahs from the crowd, teammates jumping up and down, bench going crazy. RJ just going right back down the court, getting ready for defense. Gotta love to coach a kid like that. When he got to me, nothing changed. He was the same kid. Coach Green said, "You think he gonna be able to take your coaching style? You know, you kinda rough, and he seems kinda timid." I said, "Man, Rodney Walker Sr. is his daddy." I said, "There ain't much I can say to him that he ain't heard from his daddy. I promise you." Okay, and it went from there. But there was one time, we were in practice one time, and we like to call the players over every now and again to give them a little pep talk. He was in the 7th grade. I said, "Rodney." His shoulders just slumped, and he walked over. He's like, "Well, you think you in trouble?" I'm like, "Nah, coach." I said, "Well, what is it?" "Oh, I called you Rodney. That's the name you was given. You don't like being called Rodney?" He said, "Nah, coach." I said, "All right, I won't call you Rodney no more. Rodney." And I still called him Rodney after that day. But the kid just always played. He didn't have an attitude. It was times I'm like, how did that young man get his hands on that ball? He just never stopped playing. You know, 110%. Didn't complain. No attitude. We had one brush up during our state run. You know, I always tell RJ, you know, during the season, when I was like, "This is your team." I said, "Lead them. Go out there and be a leader." So this one brush up during the state, it was a state semifinal game, playing a team out of Normal. Those guys always have good teams. They make state runs all the time. And we were down. You know, we didn't have no traditional post guy. We ain't had no 6-foot kids. So RJ's one of the taller kids, so sometimes he'd have to go down there. And the post, it's like a stretch 4, stretch 5. We didn't have no post player, no back to the basket player. So we were losing. I called a timeout. Walking around, like, man, okay, I gotta make an adjustment here. The good Lord lifted my chin and turned my head towards RJ. He was coming off the floor. And RJ said, I saw his lips. Man, why he got me in the post? Then the good Lord lifted his chin. And he saw our eyes connected. And I said, oh, so this your team now. Hey, RJ need a break. Go get RJ. Oh, coach, I'm good. No, man, you need a break, man. Just go and sit down. You know, a few other words were said, I ain't gonna say that here, but I think we got a better understanding after that victory. I'm going home feeling good though. But I get home, I get in trouble by my wife. Why did you say that to RJ? Say what? It's like everybody heard you. I was like, oh. I said, well, he needed a come to Jesus moment. So that's what we had. And we went on and, did what we did. But other than my son, my oldest son, that's the best kid I ever coached, never complained, went hard, gave 110%, and acted like he'd been there. So when you get to Idaho, and the colors is kind of like them colors. Okay? Ain't leaving home too much. I like that. When you get there, continue to show them who you are. 110%. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with having a little swag, because as you got older, you got a little swag. You know what I'm saying? But trash talking is part of the game, but it's best when your game can speak for itself. So let your game speak for itself. Congratulations, young man.
Good evening. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Zom, principal at Eisenhower High School, home of the Panthers. I see a lot of Panthers in here. Thank you. It is an honor to be here and to be able to speak to you all this evening. Some still believe sports is all about winning, but let me tell you, there's so much more. RJ is the model of what it means to be a student athlete. Hardworking, responsible, reliable, diligent. His grades earned him National Honor Society membership, carrying a 4.06 GPA, and ranked 25th in his class, while taking honors and advanced placement classes. I have had the privilege of watching him since his dad started coaching at EHS. RJ is always kind to everyone and willing to assist and volunteer when needed. He's always willing to give back to the school and to the Decatur community. RJ never walks by me without a hug or a quick conversation in the hallway. That I will personally miss. RJ has undoubtedly represented Eisenhower, Decatur Public Schools, and the city of Decatur and the Walker family in a positive light. RJ's perseverance and determination on the court is indescribable. RJ, these qualities will carry you throughout your entire life. On a personal note, I want to thank you for being a role model to my daughter. She looks up to you more than you'll ever know. She was devastated today when I told her where we were going tonight. She said, "Mom, RJ's leaving Decatur, but he's my favorite basketball player. How am I going to watch him?" She has been with me to almost every basketball game at Eisenhower. I lost count of the pictures that she has drawn you. As a role model and her coach, you have given her the confidence and determination to be great. I am proud to say she chose you to look up to. She has watched your positive and respectful attitude on and off the court, and I am forever grateful. RJ, I always urge you to remember your why. Play for yourself, your teammates, but most importantly, play for the little RJ who fell in love with the game and all the little players that look up to you, like that little girl over there in the Jordan hoodie. At this time, RJ, please sign your letter of intent to play Division I basketball at the University of Idaho.
thank you all for coming out tonight. Thank you, Mr. Hill, Coach Flo, and Dr. Zahn for speaking on my behalf. As I look around at everybody, you all played a part of this journey. Whether it was in the classroom, on the court, being a friend, or sticking together as a family. Speaking of family, I never really thought I'd be up here one day signing without these two people being behind me, but I know they looking down on me, smiling right now, and everything happened for a reason. And if Dub still work here, I know he'd still be taking my side when me and my dad argue all the time. And even though me and my dad do argue a lot, I wouldn't be where I'm at today without him. So even though he made me cry, throw up, run back to mom, and even want to quit at times, I'll forever be grateful for him. And don't get me wrong, he did play a big part of this, but it takes a whole village to raise a child. I'm just lucky enough to have a big one. We all know 2020 really hasn't gone as planned so far, and we don't really even know how it's going to end, but what we do know is that I look pretty good in black and gold. And I can't wait to wear it these next few years, so thank y'all for coming. Thank you.
He's had some great coaches. Coach Flo, did an awesome job of coaching them over there at Johns Hill, where they were the only team to go undefeated here in Decatur, and will go to state and win it. Who did you guys beat in the finals? What was that? Hillcrest, the suburbs of Chicago. What was his name? Bucky? Yeah, Bucky. Bucky was a tough group, So they did an awesome job in junior high. And I was fortunate to be able to get him, over there at Eisenhower with me. And it was tough. We had some long rides home, some quiet rides, some not so quiet rides. But at the end of the day, he knew I was his biggest fan and his biggest critic at the same time. But he's been a true blessing. He's one of those kids that, besides basketball, is just an easy-going kid. I said we probably owe Elmo some money for raising him, because RJ is the type of kid that just sit in front of TV and just watch Elmo and be okay. And he's just been easy like that all of his life. I don't know how he went 17 years without getting a whooping, because this woman right here gave me plenty of whoopings growing up, But RJ's, yeah, they wouldn't let me. Well, he didn't do much to deserve one. We've been fortunate, He's been doing good in the books, which I tell kids, we always talk about college basketball, Division I, whoop-de-woo. Yeah, it sounds good, but at the end of the day, that ball will stop bouncing, and what do you have left? What do you have left? And I'm very thankful that he took the books much more serious than I did coming through high school. Our job is to make sure each generation gets better, and I think he's headed in the right place. And like I said, it's not just myself. Karen does a great job of playing good cop, bad cop. It just takes a village. I got my friend Damon Porter representing Team Illinois. RJ's been fortunate to work out with Damon and the team up north, helping Cronin's skills, and it's just everybody played their role in this. It's not just one person. So we appreciate you all, and look forward to seeing RJ in the Big Sky Conference putting in work. There's no doubt in my mind that he's going to be ready. That's one thing I do for all my players. If they do go out elsewhere and play, I don't want them to be surprised. I don't ever want my players to be surprised. If they can get through me, they can get through anybody. And like I said, I'm very confident that he will go on to the next level and do good things out there in the Big Sky. That's going to be a hell of a road trip for any of you who want to go that way, so let me know. But Big Sky has a package, so we can easily watch the games on television as well. So, but once again, thank you all for coming out, and you guys have been great. And continue to whisper in his ear and keep him encouraged, keep him working, and keep him in your prayers. All right? Bless you all. Go Vandals.